So China's moving into Brazil and South America to up the economy there. What they're really going to do is they're going to try to make it look like they're trying to corner the. Well, they're going to do that in the process of taking over the American continent, and they'll divide up the continent with Russia, who will get Canada. And up there, everything that's probably attached to Canada and Russia. So Russia will be doing Canada. China will be taking over the American continent. But this is how they're going to take it over. They're going to grow fruit, and they're going to take the global market of fruit. They're going to corner the global market of fruit by completely every country down there. They're going to show how much they're going to prosper by growing fruit, and all the countries, Mexico and everybody, is going to go with them because they're going to do this for enough years that, and they're going to robotize it. They're going to make a bunch of robotic machinery that will be military equipable. In other words, they can put military equipment. They can easily swap these harvesting, planting, whatever. You know, maybe they're robotic planters, planting trees and whatever. But they'll also be able to equip them with military equipment. So everything they're going to do is going to be swappable. Nobody's going to be able to tell that because they're not going to be doing it. It's all going to be a fruit front, kind of like the transgender fruit front they're running here in the States. And all these people coming in from South America are pushed by China from the 60s, because China, that Xi Jinping or whatever, got tailed of the trouble they were having in South America back in the 60s. They heard that some of the, I think the cartel, might have been when they was fruit pickers, they didn't like some. Anyway, it was right. It might, of course, I think they changed in the 40s or something, 40s or 50s, away from fruit. Anyway, so that Xi Jinping got hold of this in the 60s, has worked his way up, and now what they're going to do is that whole continent below the U.S. is going to be fruit. That's how they're going to do it. They're going to make all these countries rich off robotic equipment that can be militarized, and it's going to sell fruit to the world. You're going to have the world fruit trade market cornered by planting all the way from the tip of Brazil, all the way, every inch of area that they can do up to the the southern U.S. border. And then right there on the southern U.S. border, they're going to, innocently, they're thinking, first U.S. is going to go, oh man, why didn't we think of taking the fruit market? We're down there, and they might own like Dole or who, I don't even know who owns Dole or Chiquita, whatever. So anyway, China's going to build these mega factories up along the U.S. border to make all these robots, these fruit plant picking, all these robots that can be easily equipped with military equipment. And all this is going to be like an autonomous program. They're going to have all these. They're talking about putting 5G networks all over the place. They're just talking Brazil right now, but they're going to sweep all the way up to the southern border, southern U.S. border, because they're going to win over all these countries with how much money they can make, and people are going to back them because they're going to be making money without working. They'll probably make it basically a robotic work-free zone, because everything will be done. All the stuff will be done with robots. Well, the fruit picking will anyway. They just probably still have to build, and all these people are going to be happy. Now, whether the people up here that they pushed up here into the U.S. to try to destroy the economy and this, that, and the other, and have them here as military to infiltrate the U.S. without, just automatically be able to. They're already here, so anyway, they're going to do that, and what else are they? Oh, they're going to have them building boats down there as well. These equipable boats, because with the world fruit trade, they're going to have these fast boats that can haul all this perishable stuff quickly. So if they're going to do the world fruit trade, they need fast boats. So I'm guessing they're going for electric, and something maybe like a hovercraft, because if they get a hovercraft on the ocean, get a lane going, get a wind protected lane or something. I don't know how they do it. You get a wind protected lane, and get these fast boats, these not fast boats, but fast ships that can easily bring tanks over from China. So after they build these ships and stuff, they're gonna be saying that that's for the trade between wherever, the trade of all the fruit, and then they're gonna one day, all this stuff is gonna be weaponized, and all the people. So, and it's basically how it's just some secret, that China's gonna help the indigenous Americans take back this continent, and they think, and all the indigenous Americans think, well, good, they're and they'll do it. They'll have all these people believing that they are, and they'll have all this free area, and they'll be making they'll be living free. Communist society. They'll have this communist society where not a lot of people are working. They might even maybe they'll just make America's robotic down there, building houses and everything else. So digging sewers, digging water, desalinization of the ocean. Then they'll just have big rivers of all the fruit water that drains off. They'll just have to filter that, and that's what the people will be drinking, is the filtered fruit water that runs off all the fields. So one day they're gonna have all these they're gonna have all this military equipment that everybody's gonna think is a harvest and planting equipment right on the U.S. border, and then overnight it'll be militarized. And it'll be robotic, so you can't kill it, and probably be protected from electronic destruction, whatever it is, whatever they call that, electronic, where you could nuke it. It puts out electronics. They'll have it shielded, and then after they take over the U.S., because everybody up here, if they keep taking guns away, and they making all these laws, we'll be defenseless, and the military, it's going to be fighting. It'll probably be over. They'll probably deploy it if they get anybody to even man the military equipment, because everybody here is going to be the pronoun people. So they'll have like 20 tanks over trying to attack China, of people that are still around saying we want to defend the country, but they won't be here. Meanwhile, they'll have all these robots, these million robots, invade the U.S., and they'll robotically kill people. They'll probably just mount them with possibly electronic lasers or something, and just take whole swaths of people. So if you're trying to fire bullets at these GPS guided 5G laser robots, that'll just cut you down in one swipe. So now what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Nuke South America and everything? And then, you're also going to have all the people up here, all the indigenous up here. They're going to be helping because they're going to see what China's doing for them down there, and what this country's turning into is just going to be a slothing mess. And they're going to look down there and say, wow, those people are really living it up, living great. Beautiful weather and everything up here. And we're up here with these slothing people that don't want to work, and they're cutting their genitalia off. And it's like, oh, this isn't what indigenous people are for. And then they'll just start hacking people up. And okay, so that's the future of the Americas. It's going to be the Great American Continent War. American Continent War. And Russia will be up there fighting Canada and France and England, and maybe Germany will be over there trying to, yeah, whatever. Whatever.